Welcome everyone to our Week 1 McGibblets Fantasy League Commissioner Update. Here to recap all the action from the Fantasy Draft and Week 1 are your co-commissioners, Andrew Clappy Feet Chambers and Ethan Lord Farquaad Cook. We have a lot to cover this week, so we're going to jump right to it.
Perfect.
Before we look at the first week of matchups, we wanted to take a look at the results of our draft. All in all, it was a really good draft, and there's some scary looking teams. I know we all had some players that we had our eyes on that maybe we weren't able to land, and other players that may be sleepers that we might be excited to have on our roster. Also, there were some huge surprises from our draft that I don't think any of us expected.
Yeah, Devontae Adams was selected in round 3, and this year no quarterback was even taken in the first 3 rounds, so congratulations to everybody. But there were a few teams that really did stand out post-draft. Andrew, I know you have one, and I know I have mine.
Yeah, the team that really caught my eye after the draft was actually Brett's team, Baker. I think some of the players on his team, obviously, is Christian McCaffrey, who's a stud. He's got other players who are, makes sense for them to go as early as they do. But he also got Michael Thomas in the 6th round and Amari Cooper in the 8th. Both players have the talent and have the potential. In my opinion, they have a really high ceiling, and I think if they perform well, they could be league winners. Ethan, I know you said you have a team, though, that really caught your eye after the draft.
Oh, yeah. The team that stood out to me the most post-draft was definitely Glenn's team. Glenn's team, Paulie Walnuts. He went with Najee immediately, and then on that turn, he picked Mixon just in those first 2 rounds. And then somehow we got Lamar in the 6th, right? And we all know that Lamar is here to show that he's worth more than what the Ravens offered him. And this is the season that he's betting on himself. Watch out. But, besides Brett and Glenn's team, you know what? They weren't even in the top 5. They didn't even finish top 5 this week.
Oh, what a loser! Good.
And because they didn't finish in the top 5, neither of them got the win against the median. Again, this season, we have that additional matchup against the league median each week. And for week 1, the score to beat was 106.51. Looking at this past week's matchups, the 2 highest scoring teams actually faced off against each other. Tim's team, Scuba Tim, and Thomas's team, Thomas Jefferson. If it feels like you've heard this story before, you're right. Remember, last season, in week 1, Thomas finished 2nd in points for and lost that matchup. He went on to win the championship, so let's see if history's repeating itself.
Yeah, they were supposed to be the week 1 matchup of the week, but since the commissioners obviously didn't get to it, we're just going to go ahead and hop on over to week 2's matchup of the week.
Let's get ready to rumble!
This week's matchup of the week is Tim's team, Scuba Tim, and Brett's team, Baker. Ethan, I really like Brett's team, Baker, in this matchup. I think his team has the talent, as I said earlier. They just didn't really play up to expectations in week 1. Now, Michael Thomas went off in week 1, so we'll see if he's able to put up those same kind of numbers. And with Keenan Allen potentially being sidelined for Thursday night's matchup against the Chiefs, the opportunity is there for Mike Williams to take center stage.
Yeah, and we'll see on the other side if Scuba Tim's team and Josh Allen can actually stay hot this week. Even though he's starting Mike Evans, who is actually notoriously bad against the Saints defense. I don't know. Either way, he'll be just fine since his Travis Kelce scored him 22 points last week, and he only played 64% of the snaps.
Yay! Gotta love it, baby. Gotta love it, man.
So here's to week 1, and now we're on to week 2. Hopefully y'all put in those waiver claims, and hopefully one of y'all got that Jeff Wilson or even that Curtis Samuel.
That's all we have for this week's episode of the McGibblets Fantasy League Commissioner Update. We're really excited to see how things go in week 2 and see the standings start to take a little bit more shape and see which teams are going to be the high performers and which ones might be struggling to start off the season. Again, that's all we have for you. We'll see you next week. I am Andrew Clappy Feet Chambers, joined by Ethan. What's your name? Damn it!
Pick up a dream, my lord.
With Ethan Lord Farquaad Cook. I'm Andrew Clappy Feet Chambers. We'll see you next time. Peace.